Hi, welcome to my video. Given the exact value with pi, find the other values. So this is reversing the previous video that I did, working the other way. Find the radius of each circle. We have a circumference, and the circumference is c, so c is 14 pi feet, and the formula for circumference of a circle is c is equal to 2 pi r. If you're dealing with the radius, it could be just pi d. And the circumference is 14, so we fill in the 14 pi, and we fill out the rest of the equation. And we notice we have a multiplication, so we'll divide each side by 2 pi. And they cancel out. We get r. Pi's cancel. 14 divided by 2 is 7. So the radius, and the answer is 7 feet. Second one, the area of a circle is 25 pi. So area is 25 pi square meters. And the formula for the area of a circle, A equals pi r squared. So we fill in, we need to find, it says, find a radius. So area is 25 pi, substitute that in the place of area, pi r squared. And we need to solve for r, so we'll divide each side by pi. Pi cancels out, and we get r squared. Pi's cancel out, we get 25. So r squared equals 25. R is the square root of 25. R is 5. So the radius is 5, and the unit is meters, so that's 5 meters. Practice means pause your video and work out the answers. Hopefully everything will go okay. So find the radius of each circle. Circumference is, so we have to deal with the circumference. The circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. The circumference is 40 pi, so put 40 pi in the place of c. 2 pi r. Divide each side by 2 pi. The 2 pi's cancel and we get an r. Pi's cancel. 40 divided by 2 is 20. So the answer is 20 millimeters is the radius. And again, you pause your video, work the problem out, and play it back to see if you get the right answer. The area is 16 pi. The area of a circle is A equals pi r squared is the formula for the area of a circle. The area is 16 pi, so 16 pi goes in place of area. Pi r squared. Divide both sides by pi. Pi's cancel. We get 1 and 1, so we get r squared. Pi's cancel. 1, 1. 16. So r is the square root of 16. So r is 4 and is yards, so it's 4 yards. Let's continue working some more problems. Remember, memorize the formulas. If you can do that and recall them, then the problem becomes easy. Find each unknown of a cylinder. This time we're dealing with a cylinder and the lateral area of a cylinder. So remember, when you're dealing with a cylinder, which is this shape, the cylinder has a height and the cylinder has a radius. But to get the lateral area, we cut down the height like that, and we unfold. When we unfold, this circumference right here rolls out this way, so that's C. So the area of this rectangle, area is length times width, so that's C times H, and circumference is 2 pi RH. So I understand what I'm doing. I make sense. So the lateral area is 2 pi RH. And we have a height of 7. we have a lateral area, so let's fill in the lateral area of 42 pi. And let's fill in the height. We have to find the radius, so we fill in the height of 7, so we leave r alone, just write r down. So that gives us 42 pi equals 2 times 7 is 14 pi r. And we divide both sides by 14 pi. The 14 pi's cancel out. We get r, that's 1 and 1. Pi's cancel. And 42 divided by 4 is 3. And the units is inches, so the radius is 3 inches. B, we're given a cylinder with a volume of 600 pi cubic centimeters. We have a diameter of 20. We need to find a height. So we have a volume of 600 pi. We have a diameter of 20. And we need to find height. Well, first of all, if we have a diameter, then we have a radius is half of that, so the radius is 10. The volume formula for a cylinder is V is base area times height. If you look up here, the bottom of a cylinder is a circle times the height, because the volume is the base area moving through a height. So that's pi r squared h. Now, we know what volume is, 600 pi. Pi, we know that the radius is 10, so it's 10 squared, and we're looking for the unknown height. So we have 600 pi equals pi, 10 squared is 100, so that's 100h. So that's the same as pi times 100 is 100 pi. So I'll divide both sides by 100 pi. And the pi's cancel out, the hundreds cancel out, so we get an h. Pi's cancel out, 600 divided by 100 is 6. So the height of the cylinder is 6 centimeters. C, we have a volume. Given a volume is 45 pi. We're given a height of 5, and we got to find the radius. Radius is unknown. So we have a volume, so the volume formula again is base area times height. The base of a cylinder, as I showed you before, the base of a cylinder is a circle. So it's pi r squared times the height. And if we fill in the volume, which is 45 pi, and we're looking for the radius, so we leave it as r. The height is 5, so that becomes 45 pi, and if we multiply that, we'll get 5 pi r squared, and then we divide both sides by 5 pi, because the opposite of multiplication is division. 5 pi's cancels out, they're ones, so we get r squared, and pi's cancels out, and 45 divided by 5 is 9, and the units is feet. So we got r squared is 9, so r is the square root of 9, so r is equal to 3, and again we have feet. So the radius is 3 feet. Okay, by now you should be seeing leave pi alone and cancel it out. That gives you, notice these are exact values. So we have practice. We have 3 problems here. Do one at a time. Pause the video, work it out to see if you're going to get the right answer. So the lateral area is 60 pi meters. The radius is 6. And we're looking to find the height, the unknown. So the lateral area of a cylinder, we just worked it out in the previous one. The lateral area is circumference times height, so it's 2 pi r h. Remember, we have a cylinder, a height, and we have a radius. So we cut it, we unfold it. So that's the circumference right around there. That's the height. And so the area, which is the lateral area of the cylinder, is circumference height 2 pi r h. Just a review. Now, the lateral area is 60 pi, 2 pi. We're given the radius is 6, and we're looking for the height. So we fill in r is 6. So 60 pi, we multiply that, we get 2 times 6 is 12 pi h. Divide by 12 pi, let's divide by 12 pi first, and then we'll cancel. That cancels to give you 1. Pi's cancel, and we get 60 divided by 12 is 5. And the units is meters, so the height is 5 meters. Hopefully you're understanding what we're doing. Normally this is not done until later, but I find if I introduce it early and you see it again later, you recall and you're just reviewing. It stays in your memory longer. The volume of a cylinder is 200 pi. The radius is 5. Notice all the units are the same, so everything's okay. We have to find the height. And the volume of a cylinder is base area times height. The base of a cylinder is a circle, as you can see. And so it's pi r squared is the area of a circle times the height. So we have the volume as 200 pi. We have a radius is 5, so it's 5 squared, and we're looking for the height. So that's 200 pi. And 5 squared is a 25h. And by now you can notice that that's the same as 20. So I'll just rewrite it anyway. So pi times 25 is the same as 25 pi h. We're just switching it around because multiplication is commutative. We divide both sides by 25 pi. The pi's cancel, 25's cancel, so we get 1 and a 1. So 1 times h is h. Pi's cancel. 200 divided by 25 is 8. And the height is yards in yards, so we got 8 yards is the answer. Number 3, we're still talking about a cylinder. So the volume is given as 44 pi cubic, notice. The height h is 11, and we want to find the diameter. What it means to get the diameter, most times you have to get the radius. So we need the radius. So we have the formula for the volume of a cylinder is base area times height. The base of a cylinder is a circle, so it's pi r squared h, the area of a circle times the height. And now we can fill in, let's see, we got the volume is 44. We don't know the radius, we're looking for it. We need the diameter, but we got to get the radius first to get the diameter. And the height is 11. So that's 44 pi equals 11 pi. I'm just rearranging this multiplication. Divide by 11 pi on each side. And the pi's, 11 pi's cancel, so we get r squared. Pi's cancel, and we get a 4. 44 divided by 11 is 4. R is the square root of 4, so r is 2. So your radius is 2, and that means your diameter is twice your radius. So the radius is 2, so your diameter is 4. So the answer is 4 millimeters, because that's your units. Okay, let's continue. More problems. And this time I'm letting you practice to see if you can see what's going on. Do you know your formulas? Hopefully everything will work out. But I left out the slant height of 5. I left out the 5 here. So let's put the 5 in and let's continue with the problem. Because if I didn't, you wouldn't be able to work it out. Now we're doing practice is pause. So we're dealing with a cone now. So the lateral area, LA, is 30 pi square inches. The slant height, which is L, is 5 inches. So we need the formula for the lateral area of a cone. The lateral area of a cone is pi r L. You have to memorize it, that's an odd one. So the slant height is 30 pi. We want to find the radius, which is r. We're given the slant height is 5, so that's 30 pi. 5 times that is 5 pi r. And we divide by 5 pi on each side. The 5 pi's cancel, we get an r. Pi's cancel, 30 divided by 5 is 6. So that's the units is in inches, so 6 inches. Now we have the volume of a cone. We're dealing with a cone. The volume of a cone, we got V. We know the volume is 200 pi cubic meters. We have a height of 6 meters, and we want to find the diameter. But to get the diameter, we probably need to get the radius. So, formula for the volume of a cone. The volume of a cone is 1/3 the base area of a cylinder. 1/3 the volume of a cylinder. So that's 1/3 pi r squared h. So we sub in the 200 pi, 1/3 pi. We're looking for the radius, we're looking for the diameter, but we need the radius first, so we write r squared, and the height is 6. And 1/3 times 6, 3 into 3 goes 1, 3 into 6 goes 2, so that gives us 200 pi equals 2 pi r squared. We need to solve for r, so we need to cancel out the 2 pi by division. 2 pi's cancel, so we get r squared. Pi's cancel, 200 divided by 2 is 100. That means that r is equal to the square root of 100. R is equal to 10. We need our diameter, so the diameter is twice the radius, so it's twice 10. So the diameter is 20 and is meters in length. Then we have a couple more problems. Practice. Find the exact area of the unknown for the sphere. So the surface area of a sphere is formula. The surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. Surface area is 100, so we put 100 pi. 100 surface area is 100 pi square feet, so we put 100 pi in for surface area, 4 pi r squared. And we need to solve it for r, so we'll divide both sides by 4 pi. 4 pi's cancel, so we get r squared. And pi's cancel, and I get 100 divided by 4 is 25. That means r is equal to the square root of 25. R is equal to 5. And the units are feet, so we have the radius is 5 feet. This is another one. Again, don't forget, pause the video and work these out first to see if you can work out and understand what you're doing. We got a volume and we want the circumference. Volume is 32 over 3 pi cubic centimeters. We want to find the circumference, c. We don't know it. But normally the circumference equation, the c is equal to 2 pi r. So to get the circumference, you can see that I need the radius. So really, I'm looking for the radius. So the formula for the volume is V equals, in relation to, we're dealing with a sphere, so it's 4 over 3 pi r cubed. Again, memorize the formulas. Recall them, and everything goes much, much better. The volume is 32 over 3 pi equals 4 over 3 pi r cubed. And what I'm going to do now, I have fractions. So when you have an equation with fractions, you multiply both sides by 3. So I'm going to take 3 times that side, and I'm going to go 3 times that side. When I multiply both sides by 3, the 3's cancel, so I get 32 pi. 3's cancel, and I get 4 pi r cubed. Now I'm solving it. I need the r, so I'm divide by 4 pi. 4 pi's cancel, and I get r cubed. Pi's cancel, and 32 divided by 4 is 8. And r cubed is 8, so r is, do the cube root of 8. So r is 2. So 2 cubed. 2 times 2 times 2 makes 8. What number? Multiply by itself 3 times gives you 8. It's the cube root. The cube and the cube root are inverses of each other. Now we need to get the circumference. So now we get the circumference. So the circumference is, the radius is 2. So the circumference is 4 pi. 2 times 2. And again, we're dealing with the exact values. And the units are centimeters, so circumference length, so it's 4 pi centimeters. Twisting the problem, making them different, helps you understand, working them out. Now we have another page. Again, practice problems. Practice means pause the video, see if you can work these out. Find the exact volume. So we're looking for the exact volume. That means it's in terms of pi of a cylinder. And the volume of a cylinder is base area times height. So it's a circle times the area of a circle times the height. If the height, we're given the height is 9, and we're given the circumference of the base is 6 pi millimeters. So let's look around. I need the volume, so I need the radius and the height. I already have the height, but I need my radius. So how do I get my radius? Oh yes, the circumference is 2 pi r. The circumference formula has the radius in it. So if I sub in c, which is my circumference, on the left side, then I divide both sides by 2 pi. They cancel, and I get r is equal to, pi's cancel, I get 3. So now I have my radius. Now I can go back and say, well, if I sub my radius here and my height is 9, I'll get my volume. So the volume is pi. Radius comes out to be 3, so it's a square. Height comes out to be 9. So the order of operations, I'll square first. BIDMAS, PEMDAS. That gives me a 9. 3 times 3 is 9. And that gives me 81 pi. And it's in volume, and it's in millimeters. So the volume is cubic, because it's 3 dimensions. Notice the radius is length, so the radius is only just millimeters. Notice I didn't put the units in here, I put them at the end. And we have another one to do. Number 2, the surface area of a sphere. Again, we're dealing with this time up here we're dealing with a cylinder. Now we're dealing with a sphere. The surface area of a sphere is 36 pi, but the formula for surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. The surface area is 36, so 36 pi, 4 pi r squared. And we're solving for, we want the volume. So let's see, I got a surface area. Let's just make sure we're doing okay. We got a surface area, and I want the volume of a sphere. But the volume of a sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So in order to get the volume of a sphere, I need the radius. So I'll use the surface area formula to get the radius. So we continue. We divide both sides by 4 pi. And we get r squared. Pi's cancel. 36 divided by 4 is 9. That means r is the square root of 9. That means the radius is 3. So you take your radius and you plug it in. Oh, notice volume is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. Be careful, you could make a mistake. So we have a radius, so it's 4 over 3 pi, and a 3 is the radius being cubed. So that's 4 over 3 pi. And 3 cubed is 3 times 3 times 3. 9 times 3 is 27. And the 3 cancels into 27 9 times because it's 27 over 1. When I multiply fractions, I like to cancel first before I multiply. So 3 into 27 goes 9. 4 9s are 36 pi. It's the volume, and we have feet, so it's cubic feet. 36 pi cubic feet, the exact value for the volume. So, again, I repeat, this is different. I'm showing you early, using a lot of math, practice, and thinking. The more you practice, the more you do things repeatedly, the better you begin to pick it up and understand. If you like my video, click the like button, click the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber, and click the notification bell because there's more videos coming your way. Write a comment on this video if you wish, and visit my math website at mathfullyexplained.com. There you'll find information on me, my degrees and teaching experience. The video section tells you about the teaching strategies you're going to use to help you learn your math. The section on content gives you topics that I'm going to put on my YouTube channel. And the black font is what's there already, and the number of videos. And the red font is the videos that I'm going to do in the near future. Thank you very much for viewing my video. Bye-bye.